Welcome back to Beck's Corner Garden. It is Sunday, and we're back from California, obviously. And I was ready to go and show everybody what our garden did over the last 5 days while we were gone. We came back. We picked a lot of okra. When we get over there, I'll pop some of that up on the screen. My in-laws picked, 10 pounds of tomatoes or better. And we also picked a bowl or two of peppers when we got back that really needed picked. But other than that, everything was looking pretty good. We did have a couple storms come through apparently, and those cosmos that I showed you that started to break right before we left, we ended up taking out the last of those, and we also pulled one of the watermelon plants yesterday, and the other one will probably go today because the squash bugs annihilated them while we were gone. But enough of the chit chat. See these morning glories? I love them, and they stay for so much longer because they're up here on the porch and they cast their own shade. I love them. Anyways, so yeah, let's get out to the garden and we'll see what happened over the last week. Gotta show off these morning glories. And of course, my pots on the porch did alright. We'll show off the pretty stuff. We had picked up a Firelight Tidbit hydrangea before we left, and this was one of our casualties. It started drying out. I don't know. The top of it still looks good, and they get trimmed back in the fall, so I guess we'll see. But our other Callias and Mandevilla, I think this one is, up here on the porch, they did really well. Alright. So actually, back over here growing up the dog kennel, we had a surprise. See our cucamelons that were growing up here? So we had tried starting seeds last year. Look at all of them. And they didn't ever do anything for us. Here's some tomatoes. And I think we dumped out a pot that we had tried to start seeds on. And now they're growing. See, even back there by the window on the other side. Don't know why. Our first bitter melon, we have a couple of them starting on the vines over here. And we've also got several cucumber. That was the other thing we picked right when we got back. But look, we have more cucumbers on here. So, the corn back here, this was supposed to be a white corn, but it didn't do very well with germination. And somebody just pulled up. I'll be back. But yeah, this white corn didn't do very well germination-wise, but it sure is pretty back here, just to create a fence between us and the neighbors. More morning glories and our zinnias and stuff back here. More of a weed patch than anything, but some tomatoes. Our okra over here. Still doing fantastic. These are what I'm going to pop up on the screen. There were okra. God, some of them were 10 inches long. It was nuts. I love this silver queen. I don't know if you can see that in the sun, but it really is a pretty okra. So see, I had started to mow over here yesterday. You can see how much it grew while we were gone. You can also see how much these sunflowers around the edge popped up while we were gone. Our hibiscus in the pot still looking good. Here, I gotta show you over here. Our first glads are blooming over here. We got a couple more braids, but look at these dark purple. Beautiful. And our mums are still looking good. I'll show you the front of the porch. Oh, tripping. Okay, look. We have our blue morning glories and our purple morning glories and the vinca. I'm just loving how the vines take over that. All of our pots did really well except that one hydrangea. It just made me so sad. Little puppies. So, you can see everything survived. Here's a good comparison of how much grass growth we had, where I cut last night and where I still have to trim. Horrible. But I actually have to lift. I get under and I have to lift these mats, the super tunias, to get under there to clean. So I just stopped last night and see some of the weeds pop up. But it'll come out in no time. Over here, this is a other watermelon area, and unfortunately this one hasn't gotten attacked as much by squash bugs, but has not put off any watermelon, so it's probably going to go too. All these tomatoes we have ready by the mailbox will be coming out here to harvest today. Oh, I gotta show you before I go. Our second hibiscus bush is blooming, and we are still getting tons of little flowers on our raspberries. So that's 2 points of excitement over here amongst the super tunias that I love so much. Again, I just love them. And then you can see I have a lot of deadheading and basic flower maintenance to do. So this is down at the opposite end, where a lot of this has gotten hit by storms and laid over. It's even worse now, so we got to come through and tie it up desperately. Of course, our gaillardia and stuff over here. You can see where the watermelon was growing, and we hadn't gotten to trim right there for a while, so that's all getting cleaned out today. And then, of course, over here is the blueberries amongst the super tunias. For being so haggard looking, once we get the Ishta sunflowers that are dead out of here and tied up, this will be pretty again. We have a bunch more rosebuds coming on. We missed some, but that's okay. And we'll just take a nice quiet look through the garden, because there's probably going to be some traffic noise. But really, nothing suffered too badly. You can tell all of my petunias I haven't cut back this year like I should have. And if anybody knows what is this on my gomphrena, I don't see spots like that on any of the plants nearby. Not the clematis, not the celosia, not the echinacea or daisies. But those gomphrena have weird spots. Look at all these eggplant flowers. There's tons of them under there. Lots of peppers. Here's our bell peppers. Some tomatoes about to pick. See these sunflowers? They look like poop, but I want those seeds. So I'm just going to deal with them looking like poop until I'm ready to harvest those seeds. You see all those bees flying around up there. They make me so happy. Here's another place. You see cosmos. They were standing up tall and pretty, and they knocked over and they just died while we were gone. I don't know what happened to all the cosmos. But you see those eggplant? Do I sound congested? I feel like I sound congested. Oh, over here. Bean sprouts. Just in case you were wondering. You probably weren't, but beans. These wild zinnias and stuff that have popped up. The marigolds. Another zinnia we didn't plant. But they're beautiful. Who can get rid of free zinnias? My pot's over here on the edge of our cherry bed forest. Can you see? I can't see my screen, so I hope you guys can see. I've been waiting for these. Container okra. There's a lot of cherry tomatoes hiding in that. I couldn't even tell you how many plants are there. Hope you can see those peppers. And those peppers. Alright. Well, thank you for walking through my garden with me. I'm going to put my phone down, finish mowing, and start getting this cleaned up. Oh, here's one of the other zinnia bushes that fell in the storm. Boo. But that's okay. Thanks for walking with me, checking out the damage, the pros, the cons of leaving for 5 days in the middle of the growing season, you know. But it's okay. Everything did a lot better than I expected it to. It's all still alive and pretty. And we'll see you guys next time. Have a great afternoon.